Sensitive Subjects has just got his first guest by accident via telephone. Okay, but I'm sad. I can't. You can't get your heart broken at 7. I'm telling you, you cannot.
Shit at me. See, I've been emotional all my life.
Okay, don't say anything you wouldn't want on camera.
Don't say anything you wouldn't want on camera?
Yeah, because I just put my camera on. I wasn't going to tell you, but then I thought about it. I said, maybe I should tell you.
I'm dead ass.
Oh, so you would say this on camera. You wouldn't mind this being documented?
No.
This is, okay, good. This is actually me getting your consent.
I'm weak.
Good.
I am weak. But no, it's not like that at all. It's like, niggas need to know this, bro. Niggas don't know, like, the type of, niggas don't talk about, at least niggas around me don't talk about this shit. Niggas who I've met don't talk about this shit.
Because they too busy talking to that girl about it. You want to talk about it in plain sight. That's not, niggas don't want to admit that they love bitches. That's just not cool.
Why?
And I don't mean this in no disrespect. I'm saying this in the nicest way. You know why. Where has it gotten you? You got bitches flowers. You see how they do you the worst way.
Yeah, for sure.
When you show your emotions, that shit don't often fare well. To the wrong people, I say to the wrong people. I won't say like in general, but I think a lot of men realize early on, like, okay, I have to have discernment with what bitch I should give my emotions to versus which ones I don't.
That's real. I guess when I'm talking about, like, okay, even with the lyric shit that I posted, right? That's how I really feel. My lady, and how I feel about her, and how I feel when I talk about her, and, you know, like, I really feel that way.
Yeah.
And, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't mind. Like, I feel like that's part of my superpower. I could look at it like a curse. Like, I look down on my emotional habits, you know, sometimes. But, you know, I also look at them like they're superpowers. People wish that they could be themselves so much to where they're vulnerable.
I don't know. I look at that 2 ways. I don't know, because I know you, I am biased. So, like, I know for a fact that's just who you are, and it's no problem. But I often think about, like, if I met a guy like you just out in the world, I definitely would be judging him. I do judge them. I'm saying I definitely would. I meet them and I do judge them. But I tell you about that all the time. You haven't watched the show yet, but that's why I always tell you to watch that show, Grand Crew. Because the dude is just like you. The main character, Noah, he's just like that. And I love that. Because it's like, y'all do need representation. Because people don't know. I mean, people know that men like you exist, but y'all have a bad reputation, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know, like, just a quick segue, like, that also goes back to what type of people do you attract? We know who we're attracted to. I mean, at least I know. And
you know, can you tell the people what type of bitches you're attracted to, please? Can you tell them what you said?
At this point, right? At this point, my criteria for what I consider a good woman.
No. No. That's not what you said.
My bad. What I attract.
No, right? You told me what type of girls you like.
Wholesome girls?
You never said that. You're trying to say what I say. You say you like bad bitches.
Oh, bad bitches. No, that is one. That is one for sure. That is one. That is one.
I promise you, when we had this discussion, you didn't say anything about one. You literally was like, T, my type is bad bitches. And that was the end. That was the end of the conversation. And I was just kind of like, what? The man who literally said...
I think the reasoning why was because the girl who I shot my shot at when I was like, are you accepting applications type shit, like, she shot me down, but the semicolon parentheses smiley face instead of the emoji, kind of like, and then you keep watching my shit, and then you saying...
Stop saying that. Stop pissing me off.
Listen to me, and then you said, oh, we love when
Baddie is based off of your standards as what's considered a baddie. Like, baddie clearly short for bad bitch. So, if I'm just calling you a regular bad bitch, that's fine. But if we're going off of the stereotypical, like, ideologies of a bad bitch, there's a certain mentality I think you should have as well. And this poses the question, can a baddie, and I think you're going to say no because of the type of person you are, but I think people would have a different answer. If you don't got a bad face card, or not a bad, if you just got a regular face card, you can still be considered a baddie. If your face card is regular, but you got a body out this world, and you got the charisma and the followers and the woo-woo, you can still be considered a baddie.
That's true.
Without the face card. And I'm not saying you gotta be hit, but I'm saying, like, if it's just a regular face card, whatever, all you gotta do is get your hair done and have a body, you're a baddie now. So that's why when you be like, oh, cute versus face card, but I think face card has nothing to do with being a bad bitch. I think it helps, but I think you could be a bad bitch and have that certain type of mentality and clout without.
I think face card definitely has something to do with it, but it's not a necessity.
I'm trying to see who I... Yeah. I'm trying to find somebody who I think is a baddie and don't got the face card.
But, okay, do you... okay, a quick question also. Do you think, based off those two girls, would you think I was a colorist?
Are you... Holy moly. I'm going to send you this footage to make sure you're still okay with this. I think you're a colorist in general. Regardless of you sending me these. I've always thought you was a colorist, for sure. But if I could defend myself and you, I think accidentally 80, maybe 70% of men are colorists. I think it's by accident.
Okay.
I think a lot of women are colorists. I think there's not many people that I don't think are colorists. So I want to make that clear. Like, it's not like, oh, I think he's a colorist. Blah, blah, blah. No, I don't. There's not many people. It would be rare if I thought you wasn't a colorist. I think that's some shit that is very hard to unlearn. It's funny, and I'm talking to you. The throat spray situation, I told you the girl was like a little bit dark skinned, but the dude, he was brown skinned. And it was funny because I started making up this joke in my head and I didn't tell nobody yet, so you're the first to hear it, but it's like, out of all the people I know, brown skinned people are the most colorists. Like, we are colorists as fuck because you're stuck in this middle, and it's like, depending on where you are or who you're talking to, you get to decide whether you want to be dark skinned or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, dark skinned people have no choice. You know they dark skinned, they know they dark skinned. It's not a conversation. But light skinned people are just light skinned, whatever. We get to ride that middle of like caramel, macchiato, boo boo, all this type of bullshit, knowing that we still dark skinned depending if we go somewhere. But we get to make this choice. So a lot of times we don't opt for a darker partner because we know that will bring us closer to being dark skinned. And again, that not saying dark skin is bad, not saying whatever, but because of the world, because society views it as, oh, you better stay in the house before you get dark skin. Oh, you better woo woo woo. Since we're the ones who have the choice, we often choose for the road easier traveled. And we all know you get certain privileges when you're considered lighter. I'll speak for myself. Literally, in Boston, I'm considered dark skinned, period. There was nothing to be said. They used to say me and my cousins was not related because they all light skinned with green eyes. They would say I couldn't be related to them because I was dark as fuck. I was a monkey. I was all the things. Came to Georgia, my life changed dramatically. Dramatically. I can't even explain. Literally, because there are darker people that are still American, still black people, whatever. I was considered literally like whatever they call me, brown skin, mocha, caramel, whatever the fuck they say. Because it was like, oh baby, you and they treated me differently because of it. Like, men always made it seem like I was prettier because of it. Like, you know, and I would work on the ramp on the summertime. So during the summertime, I would start getting a little darker. And they would be like, no, you still not dark for real. You still not, like, trying to say it like, oh, good for you. You still don't get dark. You still not dark like that. So I think because of my experiences and just like how I understand like the world, and even like going to DR, like the Haitians lived in a certain part because they were darker skinned and blah blah blah, and like the people that was Spanish speaking who were caramel skin, they wasn't even like light bright all the time. They were literally our color, lived in totally like the world is colorist. Black cats, unlucky, terrible, blah, blah. White is considered heaven, blah, blah. That's some shit that is so hard to unlearn. That's some shit that you learn from birth. Just like you learn boys play with trucks and girls play with dolls. Like, it's just so hard to unlearn colorism. Yeah, I think it's definitely a choice, but to that point, the fact that it even has to be, like you were talking about before when we were talking about Oprah, like, the fact that it has to be something that you are intentional about means that's some hard shit. You know what I mean? Like, you have to learn some shit that was subconscious, that was embedded in you. I mean, unlearn some shit that was subconscious and that was embedded in you by being intentional. Like, that means you have to make conscious decisions about your partners and all this type of stuff.
It's so many underlying. So okay.
Like, my mom is the biggest colorist I know. Period. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like, I can't imagine nobody not being a. My mom is colorist as hell. She only dated light-skinned men with green eyes my whole life. Like, literally, my dad's light-skinned, green eyes. That was why she liked him. I'd be like, what did y'all talk about? She don't even know. She just know that nigga was light-skinned with green eyes and was a hood nigga. That's all she wanted. Like, she loves light-skinned, green eyes niggas, and she darker skinned. To this point where she even points out that I'm lighter than her. She's like, you're just so much lighter than me, and you look like your dad, and blah, blah, blah. Like, yeah, like, she, to this day, if a nigga is light-skinned and green eyes, you better hide that nigga, because she's coming for you. Like, my mama is, I'll take your man times 10. Like, she don't care nothing about that.
You think your mom would try to put the move on Ish if she...
Not try. My mom would bag Ish up, fuck him, and never talk to him again.
Shut up.
I swear to God. I promise you, Tanya is a different bitch. Like, y'all don't know who that holistic lady is. Like, them earthy bitches are crazy. I swear. Like, Tanya, my mom, this is so TMI, but she would literally say like, yep, I gotta get away from him. My loins are tingling. Like, she thinks that she possesses magic in her groin chakra that releases and it brings niggas to them. And this is the funny part. I be laughing at her till the nigga come across the room and try to talk to her. It is the weirdest shit I ever. I promise you, we went to the liquor store one time and she looked at two niggas. Just two. Mind you, she a Leo too, so that's also the issue. She looked at two niggas and was like, yep, I can get that one or that one. I don't know. We just need to leave. I don't want to talk to none of them. Them niggas literally followed us around the store. I said, are you fucking serious? Like, that's some shit I don't understand. And I didn't get that trait. I did not get that trait. That's the Tia Kemp shit we was talking about. Like, I didn't get that shit. And mind you, being from Boston, being called dark, being called whatever, I resented my mom because she was darker skinned. So I didn't even know she had this pull. I didn't even know she could bag niggas up in this way because she was dark skinned. And from what I was told, in Boston, dark skinned bitches is ugly and they don't get blah, blah, blah. So I'm sitting here talking about she's a colorist and she bagging light skinned, green eyed niggas. But why every light skinned, green eyed nigga trying to bag her? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't put that together. Like, I'm sitting there like, oh, she's a colorist because it is. But mind you, she's also like pulling these niggas. And it's not even just the pulling of light skinned, green eyed niggas. It's just like, I never questioned to myself like, oh, how you really bag a nigga? Because they always laugh and they'll be like, oh, women don't got game, this and the third, da 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 da. And I never understood, like, how you bag a nigga? Because I thought, well, let me just be as mean as possible to these niggas. I don't know why every fat girl do that. But it's like when you a fat girl in your body, you just like, if I bully this nigga, he gotta fall in love with me. It's hell good as fuck.
It be working though.
It never worked for me. It never worked for me. If anything, that shit has got me choke slammed. Not thinking about it.
I know that.
You said what? No, that's not a good thing. I be choke slammed like by men who actively hated me. Like, by men who were not romantic interests. All my romantic interests were phenomenal men. They loved me and they were great. I'm talking about niggas who just like I had a crush on, so they didn't know we was like that I had a crush on them. They thought I was really just being mean to them. They wanted to fight me. I remember this one nigga, shout out to Hakeem. That nigga, he came to college with us. And he was like one of the last additions to the group. And I had the biggest crush on him, but I didn't know how to say it. I just knew how to pick on him and just be like, yeah, you a young nigga, fuck you, da, da, da. We would play spades, so I'm on him. I'm like, nigga, fuck you, you ain't shit, you a bitch, you a boy. One day we played, and I went too hard, and I was like, you a bitch ass nigga, boy. That nigga came across that table. He choked me, and we in a room. This is a college, so this wasn't even a dorm. My homegirl lived off campus. So he choked me, and it was so funny because he was younger, so he was like a freshman. I probably was a junior. That was already a problem. But all the niggas was my age. Like, that was our friends. So they knew what was up. So they had to pull that nigga to the side and be like, hey, bro, like, she doing that because she got a crush on you. That nigga was like, damn. He apologized to me and everything because he really didn't know. He really thought I was like coming for his life.
Why you? Never mind. I get it now.
What do you? I understand it now. What do you understand?
I get it now.
What do you understand?
I was just like, that shit be working. He was like, shit, it don't work for me. I was like, hey, I get it now.
Yeah, that shit don't work for me.
I get it now.
And maybe it could work. You know what I'm saying? For the other big girls and for the other girls, but it didn't work for me because my shit was too believable. I really was aggressive and hard and this, that, and third. So niggas really thought like this bitch trying to play me.
Okay. So the thrift girl. I'm gonna see her. I'm gonna see her before I go to California. I'm not seeing her by myself. But it's one of my friends is having like a birthday celebration. She won't be there. So I'm wondering how I should play it.
I gotta find what the post said.
Okay.
It was cute.
I think that's part of the reason why I had to let Houston go, because I'm like, how are you?
It was a fire.
Yeah, like, and you know, I'm like, I've seen.
Don't say no names. Jesus.
I'm like, bro, you fucking with some. You just. These niggas is. I'm not gonna hold you. Like, these niggas is. But, I mean, I don't know. Maybe my gauge on what a nigga who look like he get women is different.
Yeah, a nigga who get women is different from what y'all think it is. It's called the female gaze and the male gaze. Women are attracted to different things. Y'all are attracted to physical, aesthetic things. Women, we're attracted to other things. Like you said, with the machismo and all that shit. Like, sometimes a nigga just got so much motherfucking swag. It's impossible not to fuck with him. It says, the quote is, I know you're not the one I'm looking for, but I'm so cold and a fire is a fire.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
It is crazy. It's sad. Quite very sad.
I know you're not the one, but the fire is a fire, dog. A fire is a fire? A fire is a fire is actually crazy. A fire is a fire is crazy. I gotta send this to you. I'm gonna call you back. I'm gonna record the rest of this video and I'm gonna chop out stuff and I'm gonna send it to you to tell me if it's okay to post.
Yay!
Goodbye. Alright, guys. I was thinking about making this a weekly segment, but we're not gonna do that. We are actually going to do this daily because I'm sensitive about a lot of things. So, number one, we're gonna talk about friendships. Attached to my relationship anxiety, I realize I also have anxiety surrounded by friendships now, which is very fun. I've had relationship anxiety since forever. Like, growing up with a parent that's a drug addict, you definitely have these weird attachment, detachment, like emotional attachment issues. So that is what that is. But I think now I've had this fear of like growing an attachment to somebody that's like a really strong bond, and it's like a million reasons why, but the main thing is just like I don't want to be responsible for someone else, not just their happiness, but like making them a priority. That's why I don't have no pets. Like I can't stomach that shit. Like I've done it before and it was rewarding and terrifying all at once, and I don't think I have the bandwidth or the capacity to do that. Also, I'm so mad because my camera died. Like now the subject is totally changed, which means like maybe that shit just wasn't supposed to air. Cause I said some real shit to y'all. And I'm like, I don't even want to go down that rabbit hole. But we'll start with one that I don't mind talking about forever. When people say school is not for them, I think that's an interesting take. When I was younger, I used to totally 100% believe that and agree with that because it was like school came so easy and naturally for me That was like, okay, well, I get it. Like, it may be hard for somebody else. It may be hard for other people. Maybe I should come up a bit. I need to actually get a mic. How about that? But I said I didn't say, this looks like one of the microphones. This looks like one of them. I can just look like one of them. And then, I'm losing track. I'm so pissed off that I lost them files. That's all I can think about. That's all I can wonder about. When I'm gonna have a vlog come out and it's gonna show me having a flat tire and like how I dealt with that. And you know, I've charged it to the game because I think about that like the cost of living. I know the cost of living, and when they talk about cost of living, it's a total different like meaning in a sense, kind of. But cost of being alive, the cost of still having experiences is why I don't like fret about certain things. And also I thank God that I'm in a position where buying tires or whatever wouldn't break me. As to where when I was younger, like an oil change would get me the fuck up out of here for 2 weeks. So I'm really thankful about that. I think about Duke Dennis Lambo got broken into. And he was just like laughing. Like he was like, oh, they got me, bro. They got me, blah, blah. Everybody was like, why was you laughing? Like, how was you able to handle that so well, boy? He said, you know what's crazy? The fact that I got a Lamborghini that can be broken into. Huh? The type of peace and mentality you gotta have to really get there. And I think that's where I be at with a lot of things. My car was stolen 1,000,000 times. People who know me and know me well know that this happened. But I'm such a weird bitch. I go and get my car back every time. It's very strange. So I don't even know if I should tell people this. So both times, my car was stolen 3 times. Twice by the same person. Once by somebody I didn't know. The first time it was stolen, I left the keys in my car as I always do. And I went home. I don't know why I like to play with danger with fire. I don't know what's wrong with me. So I did that and I went to go to a sneaky link. I was a grown woman at this time. So I was probably like 22, 23. I went to go for a sneaky link and my car was missing at 2, 3 in the morning. So I was like, whatever. I went to bed because I couldn't go to the sneaky link. So I woke up the next morning, got my spare key, went outside, it was back. And it was just parked in a different place. So I was like, oh, somebody's stealing my car and they're bringing it back. So that was funny. So fast forward, this happens again and again for about 2, 3 times for a week. And then one day, I go to get in my car that's in a different parking spot that the nigga had borrowed throughout the night. He was taking my car and going on runs, y'all. Like, he had to be smashing hoes. Like, he had to be living life. And I knew it was a he because I looked down one day as I get in my car. That man left his wallet in my car. License, address, credit cards. His whole life was in my wallet. Why he lived downstairs? He lived downstairs for me. So I wish I still had that footage. If I have that footage, I have to find it and I have to like put something over that man's face. I recorded the whole thing. It was so funny. Cause my mom was so fucking pissed because we get the license, I bring it to my mom. I'm like, hey, he left his life. She's like, he's fucking stupid. She's like, the least he could do was at least be slick about it. She was 38, hot about that shit. So long story short, we go to the house to approach him. We go to their house, his mom answered the door. And his mom is like, hey, can I help you out with the room? And my mom was like, yeah, we need to speak to so-and-so. Say that man's name. She like, and still go get him because she knows something up. She like, why would these two be? I'm thinking she probably thought I was coming to tell him I was pregnant or something. She was not expecting the thrill and the ride that she was in for. So she go get her son, and she's standing right there while he's right there. And then my mom said, "Where's the keys?" And that nigga said, "What keys?" She said, "Go get the keys." The nigga went and got the keys. That was the problem for me. That's what pissed me off. I thought that nigga was gonna be a little butt. I honestly was scared to go. The reason I even brought my mom, because I was scared to go by myself, because I thought he was like a stone cold killer. That nigga was a sweet baby. He was literally my age at the time, so 21, maybe 20. And he literally was just taking my car for joyrides. He didn't need nothing to buy it. And he went and got them keys. And his mom, she just put us aside. She started crying. She was so sweet. She was like, "I'm so sorry. His dad died a couple years ago. We've been trying to make it." And my mom was like, "Okay, bye." And we got them keys. And then my mom would see her all the time walking around the neighborhood and wave to her and say hello. It was beautiful. That was the first time. The next two wasn't the best. The next two is low-key why I moved to Denver. Because that shit was crazy. That nigga just kept stealing my car. And what made it so bad, he kept stealing my car, and I kept calling the police to the point where the police thought I either was setting it up or they thought I knew the nigga. And I didn't know the nigga. The nigga just happened to have one of my keys, because I told you I had a spare. He happened to have one of my keys because I left it in the car again. And so he just kept knowing where to come to get my car and steal it. And then when I bought a wheel lock, the nigga came in my car and stole all my belongings. It was detrimental to my health. So I had to get the fuck out of there. Forever I love Atlanta, they said. They is me. Every time somebody be like, "Oh, Atlanta, you came from Atlanta, how'd you like it?" Blah, blah, blah. I tell them, I say the same thing every time. I say it's the best place on earth. They look at me like I'm fucking crazy. I be like, "No, it's the best place on earth. I love it." They be like, "So why'd you move here?" I had to leave or I was going to get stuck. That's the tea about being somewhere that you love. You can easily get stuck. I would have never got to experience the Denver version of myself, the Chicago version of myself, the New York version of myself, the DC version of myself. I would have never got to experience this if I would have been, I don't want to say the P word, but if I would have been too scared to come stay where I was going to stay.